We saw a lot of comments on our previous videos requesting to react to the introduction. So today we're gonna go ahead and react to the introduction by X Celeste. I think that's how you say it. Without further ado, we go straight to it. Hey, and after watching this video, let us know what video you want us to react to next. Extremely excited about this one. Without further ado, let's go straight to the video.
How many of you have heard of BTS?
Who is BTS and why are they so popular? BTS is a 7-member group from South Korea. While the words boy band are often associated with the image of screaming teen girls, that is far from reality. First, there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something you enjoy. But what if I told you about 24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s, and 21% are in their 40s?
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, like when I first started, like people was telling me about BTS, I was like, whatever. And as someone, I've seen that they do have fans that are 60s, you know what I mean, like 60, 40, 30, and it's like, oh wow, like it's not just like teenagers that like the BTS, but like older people as well do like BTS. And that's something that's being very incredible about them, which is like you see people from different generation, you know what I mean, like sitting down and listening to the music. It's like, oh wow, like they're able to cross different generation type of music, and people actually very relevant.
Go ahead.
No.
I would be really interested to see what that looks like demographic wise. Like if they broke it down by by nation, if they broke it down by race, ethnicity, all those different things, that people that are supporting the group. Like I would be really interested to see that, because obviously, one, their fan base is huge in general, but to find out that a vast majority of them are 30 plus is like surprising and different. You know what I'm saying? Of course, to their point in the documentary, you would associate that with teenagers or teenage girls, teenage kids, whatever. But I would also be interested just to know, like, is a lot of their support coming from their home country, or is it all across the world?
Exactly.
Is it, I would be interested to see that. But
I hope they have it in the clip.
Yeah, maybe that'll be another portion.
Yeah, let's see.
Take a closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales. Females ages 25 and up made 46% of web traffic, and 31% were males. BTS's fans, named ARMY, will often tell you BTS is not your typical boy band. And why? To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing. The company, and namely their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, wanted BTS to be sincere and genuine figures that people could easily relate to and grow with. Not immaculate idols groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world. Which is why BTS stands for 방탄소년단, Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Bangtan meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescents. In 2017, BTS rebranded their name and logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to beyond the scene. The new door-inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth. BTS debuted on June 12, 2013 with 7 members: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. All 7 members came from different parts of Korea. So at first, living together in a small apartment was a challenge. Their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, created a method for the boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다. 싸움을 두려워하기 때문에 우리 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가리키고요. 그 다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 7이 같이 하는 거다. 싸움은 둘이 해도 해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을 해도 결국은 같이 와서 저희가 이런 문제를 갖고 둘이 싸웠는데 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해결했습니다라고 얘기를 하고 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나 이렇게 생각됩니다.
Over the years, the boys have come to love each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each other's strength and support and formed a brotherhood.
뭔가 내 머릿속에는 옆에 멤버들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러워. 그러니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런 것들 있잖아. 생각나?
그죠. 소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 왜냐면은 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라 그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면 이런 7명이 어떻게 모였을까라는 생각이 들어요. 이제는. 네. 오래 지냈다고 해서 될 문제는 아니에요. 어떻게 보면은 운명인 것 같아요. 네. 되게 유치하지만 그냥 운명이었던 거예요, 이거는. 네.
Their climb to the top may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships, even coming close to bankruptcy. Since Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, they lacked the resources for promoting BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler for someone else's spot. Even after they debuted, their performances would often get cut, and if they did make it on air, their screen time was very short since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcasts. Since they were often not invited to a lot of big variety shows, the company found their own way to communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created their own variety shows and often live streamed with fans. They honed their crafts for hours on end, practicing in the dance studio and producing music, returning home at dawn to all sleep in one bedroom. 2 years of hard work and not knowing where they'd end up, they finally won their first music show award.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about like what y'all hearing so far? Cause at least for me, like when I first like heard of them, like they seem like very mainstream, like big artists. I never thought they had like any struggles really. I thought they just came, bust out on the scene, and just like was very successful. So it's kind of humbling to hear their story, how they, came up from all parts of Korea, came into one like house, and they're sleeping in one bedroom. And they're basically grinding like these like the companies weren't even giving them opportunities, but they're still like grinding to push up to basically become one of the biggest like groups ever, you know what I'm saying? So no, it's very interesting to hear this story. But what y'all think about what y'all heard?
And like for me, like I feel like the mentorship part is really important because I think I don't know if he's the CEO of the company Big Hit. He was really a mentor for them, and then, in order to help them grow, help them resolve any conflict they had. You know what I mean? Cause like it's really hard. 7 people coming up together, sleeping in the same room for like since 2013, and then like just how do you guide them? How do you help them? So I feel like this guy, big shout out to maybe CEO to like really play play a part in their upcoming and then uprising. So
I would say stick to the boys. Stick with the boys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all of them coming together, working hard, and be able to become what they became. And the company being at the verge of being bankrupt and coming out. And the thing is, like, I like the marketing strategy. Instead of just focusing on trying to get hair time, which they weren't getting enough, they decided to offer free content. Going live on YouTube, Twitching, and all the streaming platforms for free. They were able to attract a lot of fans, and they show who they really are. I think that's one of the reasons why the fan base is insane. It's huge because like they gave up so much for free in the beginning to the fan, and they kind of hooked them up.
And the thing is, as we make these videos, we be seeing y'all in the comment sections. Trust me, we see y'all in y'all comment sections. Like y'all really, I guess some of y'all in y'all feelings, some of y'all are cool, but like we see y'all really fight for them for some reason that we didn't understand like previously. Y'all really like if we say anything really crazy, y'all really be on us. Like I see it in the comments, so you know it's crazy. But watching this, I think I'm realizing why you guys are so like crazy about us like saying anything too crazy, you know, because you guys probably grew up with them. You was probably on YouTube watching them as they come up, so you relate to them.
Process,
you relate to them very strongly. So if you won't tolerate no disrespect, so I understand that. So we kind of understanding it a little bit more, you know.
You become really invested in like their success because you saw like the entire journey.
Right.
So that's, I will say, I guess my take on it thus far is I would say similar to what Max said. I definitely knew no backstory about how they got famous, about how they, like accrued this big following or how they became so successful. So to now understand like they really struggled, they really worked for it to get where they are. I think I have, a different perspective, and not that I had a negative perspective before, but I think I have even more respect, for them being as big as they are, to know that, it wasn't just given to them, they really worked for it. And I mean, I feel like everybody loves an underdog story. Everybody loves a rags to riches type of story. So I have a lot of respect for that, and I'm interested to see what else.
Low key, I can literally relate. Like the group that we have, it's kind of like this. So we at the crib. I like that. At the crib,
rags to riches.
Come on, man.
Listen, we
like,
similar BTS.
When you say like the group, I'm like, we don't sing like we're not all these like. What do you mean?
We're not like them. But we're starting off like them.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's why.
If y'all could relate to BTS, y'all might be able to relate to us because we on our grind with them. Y'all watching us on our grind up, just like you watch them on their grind up. So hey.
Other people gonna be looking back on this video and they're like, "Damn, we want to be like those people."
BTS 2.0
at the crib, you know what I'm saying? at the crib, man.
At the crib.
And next one is gonna be at the mansion.
Hey, bro. Speak it
into existence. Let's go. Let's get back to the video though.
Award. Yet, as they grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajegi, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well, ignoring the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam. These were just a few of their hardships and struggles. I created a separate video highlighting their past hardships. I'll link that in my description box. Throughout the years, BTS were able to reach impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international audience. They grew organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans from around the world. During an era where streaming numbers have gone up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul 7, released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone. The biggest kicker? Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean? Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical, would be included in every t-shirt sale or ticket sold for their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide tactic in the US to help boost sales figures and in effect climb up the Billboard charts. In a 2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles. Without the help of bundles and driven by the power of ARMYs alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records, such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record and the Beatles' 22-year record. While these musical acts are famous around the world, Sugar has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century. At the same time, it's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are BTS. "We want to be the BTS of the 21st century." The members themselves have always been involved in their music and engaged with their fans, even before they officially debuted. From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013 to their most recent Map of the Soul 7, all 7 members have contributed as either writers and/or producers on every album. All of BTS are associate members of the Korea Music Copyright Association, and as of August 2020, J-Hope, Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association. They even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work touches on subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and socioeconomic injustices. Much of their work is also inspired by past writers and thinkers. Their latest series, Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is not afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues, taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power. BTS are also as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group. BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations uncover the details. One of BTS's few public announcements was in November 2017 for their Love Myself campaign. They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world, with the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself series, along with 6 other fundraising initiatives, including the Love Myself merchandise, where 100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause. The Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide. On September 24, 2018, BTS was invited to deliver a speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January 15, 2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help combat climate change. On June 3, 2020, BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later, Variety reported that BTS and Big Hit Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black Lives Matter movement. When ARMYs got wind of the news, they matched their $1 million donation in one day.
What do you think about the philanthropical part of the BTS? Which is something that I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, different. That's crazy. Imagine they donated 1 million, the fan matched 1 million. That's insane.
I feel like
I was gonna say, what other artists or team you think could do that?
we wouldn't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, bro, they donated 1 mil in 24 hours.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
No, I would
like their following, like the fan base they got, it's really represent what they trying to represent.
Yeah.
The causes they fighting for.
Yeah, they agree with, like, their fan base really, that's a support, they support them no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this really an intro to BTS for me. Like, just the whole, like, them coming together, it's like...
Yeah.
That's off the chain. That's crazy.
But I feel like it's...
Not no luck involved in it.
Nah, that's...
No luck.
You were about to say something?
No, I feel like, I don't know, like, this one really hit me. I was like, now, I feel like it should be the first video you hear.
We watched.
Yeah, I see.
Jeremy, don't cry. It's okay. No, you don't have to cry.
Just because it would have. I get what you're saying. It would have given you so much more context when you watch the music video.
Exactly.
You're familiar with their names.
People in the comment, like, now, like, I really understand. I truly understand.
But now, I like how we started. I like how we just jumped in, because that's how everyone is going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's just going to jump in and, you know, judge it how they judge it. And it takes a certain person to be like, you know what? Let me go back and really see what they're about.
That's exactly what we're doing. You know what I mean? But let's get back to the video.
Now, these are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities. This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time, making the content immediately available to non-Korean speakers. We may all speak different languages, but their music and their message connected people from around the world with different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS has also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as always mentioning them first during speeches, responding to fans on their social media app Weverse, showing their appreciation for ARMY projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand. Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굳이 영향력을 주는 거창한 것에 안 원하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면 그걸로
팬이란 게 진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을 가끔 많이 하거든요. 결국 그 사람들 때문에 저희가 무대에 서는 거라서 그 봐주는 사람들을 위해서 노래를 하고 무대를 하는 거기 때문에 결국 우리는 그 사람들한테 진짜 감사해야 되고 무대 하나하나에 최선을 다해야 되고.
간단하게 얘기해서는 가수를 하고 있는 어떤 제일 중요한 이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 싫지 않지만 진짜 콘서트는 그냥 제가 이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그러기 때문에 되게 그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 주죠. 일단 이 일을 좋아하는 거, 이 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 저에게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이 일을 굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
계속 와서 응원해주는 모습, 그리고 이렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들, 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더 힘을 주는 것 같아서.
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
Their love for ARMY has also helped them decide on re-signing another 7-year contract with Big Hit Entertainment. They mentioned doing it for their fans and not for money. So while people often discredit BTS's talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band, it is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become. I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people around the world. For a deeper dive into BTS, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
Yeah. What do you think?
For them to sell out a stadium.
No, stadiums.
Stadiums.
That's what in London, in Japan, in the States.
That's crazy.
And in the States, they don't do it in one place. They probably come to New York, go to LA, Arizona.
My little sister love him. I just didn't know that much about him.
Well, no, I heard.
I be on. I stay trying to clown her a little bit.
Nah, you be.
Now it's no more.
Nah.
I'm serious, but it's like now I get it. It's like they they got something, they got a message.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at it like that.
Next thing you know, bro, D will go home like listening to BTS down the road, cranking BTS.
At the gym.
Yes. Black
At the crib.
At the gym, man. What Marcus go to the gym listening to BTS while working out?
You have a guest on BTS.
Ah, you see.
Don't be surprised. I probably will. Something motivating.
No, that's great. It's insane, like to see how they do have a fan base all over the world. Though, like it's like big time. Imagine putting up a music video and your fan go ahead and translate it to the native language. I think that's why they actually spread out that fast. Because like I've seen comment from Portugal, shout out to Portugal, Brazil, Indonesia. I've seen India. I've seen
Philippines too.
Philippines was there, of course. I've seen what else have I seen? I've seen so many countries that I'm even losing my thought. But like people from South Africa was there as well. Like people from all over the world support the BTS, and I think that's one of the biggest strengths they have. They do have a very, very huge and worldwide impact on many people's life, which is very incredible. I'm speechless. I would say that.
What are some I guess next question, and then we can do a rate on this introduction as well. What are some other things that you all would like to know? Like we just got 15 minutes in. I've heard that there are other introductions, other documentaries on them that hopefully we'll get the chance to react to for you guys, because I know people have been asking about it. But before we even get there, what are some other things that you all would like to know?
I mean, I was kind of interested in maybe a backstory, like how did they go about meeting the person who recruited them, and why did they decide to recruit them specifically? What traits or whatever it was,
or was
that
it
made
competition?
them? Was it a competition, or was
what
it
actually
like,
put them together as a
was
group?
it connection? I don't know. What really made him choose the 7 people that he chose specifically, and what did he see in them to be like, oh, this is going to work. This might be something.
Something special.
Yeah, like was this the end game?
Yeah.
Yeah, was them being one of the biggest groups in the world?
No,
I feel
not in that sense. Like to spread a message and keep on spreading that same message, or was it like, okay, I got this platform now, I can just use this to spread a message that's good? Because a lot of people got the platform, but spread the message.
I would say, just based on what we had, the information that we got from this first one, it's probably more they had the message and then they got the group and they used, the group is just kind of appropriating and spreading like that positive message that the record company is about. Because when they were talking about the record company, obviously it was established before the group ever came together, and they gave us like the mission of the record company at the beginning, which was all about spreading positivity and different things like that. So what about you guys? Other things you want to know? I know for me, kind of building off of what Mag said, not only the backstory of how the group got together, I'm interested, and I don't know if obviously that'd probably be a pretty long documentary. Maybe it'll be shared in the next sections or the other ones, but I want to know like individual backstories, like where was everybody individually, prior to them becoming a group, and then get to how the group came together and things like that as well. Okay. What about you guys?
For me, let's see. How long are they going to be together for? Is this going to be permanent, or is there going to be a time where once the contract is over, it's over?
I mean, they just signed a 7. They just signed another 7 years contract with Big Hit. You know what I mean? Like so, like they've got another 7 years, but like
after that 7
what's
years,
gonna happen?
In music, 7 years is permanent. Because after 7 years, it's like
a lot of people's careers don't even last that long.
Yeah.
And like in the music industry, obviously they're having like a different level of success, but that goes to like back to the individual backstories, like knowing about each person. Right. The other thing I'll say is, as relates to them kind of sticking together, we've previously talked about some other K-pop groups where like within their contract they have the option to both do group music and do individual. So it kind of becomes like, well then what are you really leaving for? You know what I mean? Like,
They do solo as well.
Yeah, they do their their solo projects, their solo music as well. So then it becomes like.
But what really like got me was when we saw them in this apartment that they lived in. Yeah. They're playing music and they're recording. They literally, I saw somebody with a mic here while playing. I'm like, damn, that's tough. Like they actually make their own music. So literally, they might be in the room. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make one song myself. Pum, 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 done. Oh, I like them. Let's make music. They can actually create their own thing or their own time, which is incredible about them.
And I think it's dope that they all help each other. You know, they probably give each other advice like, oh, you could do this to make that better. Oh, maybe
exactly.
help make your voice like this or something like that.
Hey,
that's
why they got being an artist is part of it's association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's another way that I would agree with Joe as far as the similarities, us all being in this common space together.
Don't want to be like me so bad. That's crazy.
How does BTS settle these types of
Hey boys, let's talk about it. Nah, bro. But yeah, like thank y'all for watching this video. If you made it this far, you're the GOAT. Shout out to you. Go down below in the comment section. Let us know what video you want us to react to next. And also, if there's a different documentary that's longer than this one to explain the background and even deeper than what we've seen here, we would love to see it. Leave the link down below as well so we can get straight to it, because we do read the comments. We try to respond to as many as possible. It's very difficult with our schedule, but we do read the comment and we try to, try to make sure we do follow up with what you guys are asked. So without further ado, we're gonna move on and catch you in the next video.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah, y'all probably want to see that last section. Let's read that last part.